Alright, as you can see with the chopper in the background there, we've got all the work done to it. And in this video, you're going to see part 2 of 2 here on the work that we have done to the chopper. I had some questions on how many hours this has on it. It's got 1,680 hours on the engine and 1,040 hours on the cutter head. We've had this machine 3 years. It's done 3 full seasons of hay and corn, and today we are hoping to be able to put it away. The roads are nice and dry. It's nice and cold out, and it's going to be nice to get it put away. Now, we had put quite a bit of money into this. It is cheaper to rebuild this stuff than it is to buy new. This machine here is about $750,000 with the 2 heads that we have for it, and the work that we had done on this is no different than putting new tires and brakes on a car. It's just consumable type materials that have to be replaced on these machines as you use them. So we're going to roll into the rest of the video now here, and I want to thank you for watching. We'll catch you at the end of the video. Alright, that's what that looks like in there. Now you just got to start hooking up the bearings, stuff on each end here. Alright, so we have removed all of the paddles off the blower here. Now we're going to go ahead and put some new paddles on there. Then we'll put this new paddle in here, and then we'll have to adjust all of the paddles to that panel. There's 10 paddles in all on this blower. Got 5 on a side. Alright, we've got the new paddles going on here, and this is an old one right here, and this is the new one. And you can kind of see, oh, it's almost like a chopper knife. It's got hardened surface right here, and then we'll just pair up a new one to the back side of it, and you can kind of see the difference there. It's wore off about 1/4 of an inch on that one side there. Alright, we've got all these paddles on this blower here. Got this backside panel on as well. And now we're adjusting the actual blower paddle itself. There's this tool that came with the chopper. It looks like a spatula. It clips in on the top side of the rear blower band, and then there's a little cleat on the bottom. I think it's 3mm. This little cleat here has to fit between the paddle and the back or the front side of this blower band here. So this just sets in there like this, and then you roll the blower paddles up past it, and we have to get the paddle to clear. It has to be just within that 3mm distance between the edge of this paddle here and the front side of this blower band. This blower band here is replaceable. The other one was wore out, and now we got this new one in there along with new blower paddles. All right, we are closing in on the last few steps here. Jake had to replace a seal on this gearbox. He replaced this seal here. That was actually leaking. We just noticed it after we had got it all washed. So he's got that replaced. Got to put oil in this gearbox yet. We got this gearbox on there. We're going to change the oil on that one as well on the left side. Got to put the rasp bars on both the top and the bottom. Feed roll, blower paddles are done. Other than that, a couple of the screw ups that I made, this job has went pretty good. We had a hell of a time getting these pins out of these arms that hook to the main adapter plate that holds the head on. I cut the pins out with a torch and I torched the harness. The flame went back through that frame rail there, and yeah, wasn't good, was it?
It was hot.
Yeah, so we should have took that harness off, but yeah. Here is the old arms right here, which Jake says they usually come out pretty hard. This one on the right hand side is bent. It is what it is. So they're new now and all new pins. So we're going to set this gearbox on there. You want to give us a hand, Nate? I might have to go past it and back up.
Yeah.
Not hitting on the bottom or anything.
Oh, you got it.
Alright, I can back up and I kick it way over.
Go up a little more if you can. Just a little bit.
Yep. Alright, I'm going to back up and kick it.
How much farther can you go up? A few inches. Another inch. Yeah. Actually, that might work. Alright, this one's starting too. We're good.
Yep. Alright, Jake's just got to finish bolting stuff together here. These feed rolls are driven off this one gearbox on this side and they're all bolted. What is the top? The top one's got the shaft on it. What is that shaft? That shaft comes over to this, the drive on this gearbox.
The upper feed roll gearbox.
Okay.
This is the lower feed roll gearbox.
Okay. And we got the main hydraulic lines here are capped, and they're going to bolt in right here. Fun stuff. Alright, we are moving right along here. We've got the rasp bars on the top feed roll. Now we're straightening the bottom feed roll, and then we'll get the rasp bars bolted to it. All right, we are just about wrapped up here. I've got one more rasp bar to put on this bottom feed roll. We rolled it around, straightened all the bent parts to it, and now it looks like brand new. And this one's new, of course. So that all these are, it's just this little bar here that sets on there. And then of course it has stainless bolts that go in it, because that roll there has the magnet in it, and both these rolls are stainless, and any metal that comes in gets triggered by that magnet that runs inside that roll there. All right, all we have left is the header plate. Feed rolls are done. Jake's got everything else done on it. Everything's looking good here.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think, Jake?
Let's put the plate on. I don't want to take any chances.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get the plate on, and we'll put the head on it, bring the head in. We're gonna look the corn head over good. And then that's going to be about it to this, and then this can be put away for the rest of the winter here.
Go off just a little bit. All right. All right. I had it. Just get on that brand new. That where it needs to be. Or this side is. I don't know about this side. No, the fist on this side. Go up just a little bit. Not there. Start lining it up.
going to set the shear bar. We ended up putting another shear bar in it just so that we have a straight edge to work against once we get into hay. All right, now we're gonna go through the head and make sure it doesn't need any attention. Probably gonna need a couple of wipers. We hit a stone on that end there, and I ended up putting new knives all the way around that drum. So we're gonna decide whether or not we have to change this drum, because that one did bend. And then there's a wiper on the bottom side. There's two of them on each knife drum, and that wiper is on there to keep the leaves from building up here. We've probably got a few of those to change. This has had 3 seasons on it. About 4,500 acres of corn have been through this thing, so I don't think we have to change the knives, but Jake will determine that. We'll get this done, and then we can put this machine away. This has been parked in the bunk, so it's got some snow on it. All right, we got the work all done on the chopper here. It'll be like a new machine, isn't it, Jake?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I had roughly $20,000 worth of parts that we put in this. I think in a video a while ago I said there was $30,000 worth of stuff, but roughly 20,000.
That's including the KP.
Yeah, he's working on the KP back at their shop. Gonna put, that's getting new rolls, isn't it?
New rolls, new bearings. That was probably about $6 grand.
Yeah. So it was the new feed roll on the top, new feed roll in the rear, and then we put new rasp bars on the bottom feed roll, new blower panel, new paddles. Had to replace those links that hook to the header plate. Other than that, it's just wear and tear items. Yeah. So I guess that's gonna do her. We'll get this rolled out of the shop here, and then we're gonna put this machine in storage, and it'll be ready to chop hay the end of May. So that is gonna do her, folks. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you at the next one.